ago, I set out to make a knife. And this is where I started right here. It was this knife right here. This was a dream. This was the idea of the Sport Trapper. And 1 month ago, I decided I want to make knives. I want to make knives professionally. You know, I've spent hundreds upon hundreds of dollars on all the equipment I needed. Lots of pain and frustration to take this knife right here, which at the time was the best I could make 1 month ago. 1 month ago, this was the best knife I could make. Okay, but yeah, you could tell. And this is where I am now. This is how far I've come in 1 month. You can see the handle here as well. It's a very painful journey, actually, to get this far. But this is where it needs to be every time. Every time you make a knife, it's got to be nice. You've got to be respectful to your customers and respectful to the materials as well. This knife still works. I'm still going to keep this knife around as a reminder of where I started. Very humbling knife right here. But yeah, just want to kind of do a little bit of an update for you guys. It actually, this past week, all I've been doing is figuring out how to do this to a knife. Okay, that's very time consuming to do, as it turns out, especially when you're learning how to do it. You know, you take basically something that's rough ground like this right here, and you got to get all those scratches out there, buddy. And that takes a while. You got to move up through all the belts and this and that. There's some final steps in there involved, and then you get this guy right here. A lot of Nitro V here. So, probably one of the boringest parts about knife making, if you're going to play with some fancy steels, is just doing all this stock removal stuff. So I've got all these Nitro V blanks cut to the proper length, and this is what you have to do to them. You've got to pretty much grind out the stock, put all the holes in there, and chamfer them. So I got to get all these guys ready, sent out the heat treat. Probably not the most exciting thing to do, very boring, very tedious. Whew. Alright guys. Yeah, steel dust right here. This is a magnet, and you can see it's all on there. This is all from transforming bar stock into knife blanks to send the heat treat. Just a fat pile of expensive metal dust. Fancy, pantsy metal dust. Look at that. All this stuff. This is Nitro V, mostly. A little bit of 4V. A sprinkling of 52-100. A dash of W2. And a little bit of 8670 right here. Just want to almost take a bite of it, huh? Shit, stuff's probably so expensive I'm going to be eating this for the next week right here to save money. End of drill bit death. Look at that. Just shivers and slivers. Oh my. But look at that beautiful pile. Beautiful pile of blades. It's all worth it. What I've been up to, man, I've been busting my ass to get some Nitro V. You can see we've got a fat stack of Nitro V. All of it cut out. All the handles there drilled, countersunk. We've got the weight reduction holes in there. They also help make like a epoxy bridge between the scales, so that's nice. So we've got all of this Nitro V. This is the reason why I wanted to make knives right here, is Nitro V, and we're doing it. And so it's really cool. My goal for 2018, and finally making my dream come true. We're going to get some Nitro V. We're going to play around with it. I still have that test piece that was sent out to Peter's heat treat, and we're going to go for it. We're going to try the 6465. We're going to see what we can do with this stuff right here. But it looks for sure we can hit about 64 HRC, and so that's what we're going to go for with this batch. We're going to play it safe. But yeah, in the future, I really want to push the limits of Nitro V and see if we can maybe reach that 65 HRC and see what we can do with it. See how it holds up on the aluminum here, and see how low of an angle and geometry that we can get with this steel, how well it holds up, how well it sharpens, all that good stuff, because I feel like there's a lot of really cool things that are happening here with Nitro V, and I want to capitalize on it. I want to take it to that next level with this steel and explore it. You know, yeah, there's definitely a lot of makers that are already using this stuff, and yeah, they're, you know, 62, 63, yeah, good for them, you know, that's awesome. But yeah, I see potential in this steel, and maybe taking it past where I've seen a lot of other people are putting it. So we'll see what we can do with Nitro V. This is really what I'm excited about, especially when it comes to selling you guys knives. The Nitro V batch is really what I want to sell, and now I feel like my skills are at a point where I can now bring you guys some Nitro V. You know, these are all handmade knives. They're all going to be a little bit different. Got some interesting shapes and lengths here going on. And yeah, we're going to get all these made. So we're never going to just sell one style of knife. You're just going to have to pick and choose which one you like and buy that one. So I'm not going to take any orders either. I don't want to deal with that kind of pressure. I just want to make what comes to my mind. If you're interested in that, then yeah, buy it. If you're not, then yeah, don't buy it. So that's just kind of how that's going to work. So Nitro V, excited about that. I've also got some other steels here. I'm going to send to Peter's Heat Treat. I'm really stoked about this one. This is probably just for me. This is CPM 4V, and it's the size I'm looking for. And probably going to play it safe with this guy and do 64 HRC. But in the future, I want to play with some extreme high hardness on these right here. Maybe we'll push it to 65 actually. In fact, all these steels here I'm going to try to push to 65 except for the 8670. I'm going to send this to Brad. I want to see what Brad can do with 8670 because I know what I can do with it, and I want to see if he can do something else. I've got kind of a buoy going on with this one. I don't know, I just like buoys. I think it'll be fun to play with. No real purpose for that, but I just think it's badass, that's all. I got a piece of W2 steel. We're going to send this in and get this 65 HRC. Again, with the 8670, probably the max hardness we can get is about 63 HRC. And yeah, I'm making it sound like I'm super obsessed with HRCs. I'm not. You know, it's all about the underlying microstructure. It's not just about the HRC. But in my experience with being a sharpener, you know, a freehand Waterstone sharpener, the harder the steel, the crisper the edge, etc., etc. So it just sharpens better when you have a harder steel and a good microstructure to it. But yeah, W2, excited about this stuff right here. I'm going to go ahead and I got a big bar, you can see. And with this stuff, I'm going to heat treat myself, but I just want to see what Brad can do with this at 65. It's because I want to get some hormones going on. I think that'd be awesome, very, very spiritual. Get in touch with my spiritual side there. So yeah, we're going to send that to him. I'm going to check that out. 52100. Oldie but a goldie. It's good stuff. I want to see what Brad does with this stuff at 65 HRC and we can kind of see how that holds up. So I think that'd be really interesting. But again, with the 52100, I'm probably going to be trying to figure out how to heat treat this stuff myself. I have access to liquid nitrogen, and that's what I kind of want to play with, doing some liquid nitrogen aging of the steel, cryogenics, play around with that, see what I can do. And yeah, the 4V we got here. So probably with all of these steels, the 4V, the 52100, and the W2, we're going to go 65 HRC. We'll push that geometry. We'll see if we can get down to that illustrious 10,000s with this stuff, as well as with the Nitro V too. And also I want to check the geometry on, 8670 with Brad's heat treat, see if he's doing something that's really going to max this baby out. So that should be fun. Yeah, I'm really excited to have my own buoy. I've never owned a buoy before, not a legit one, so it'll be pretty freaking sweet. I like that a lot. Alright guys, kind of give you guys an update of where I'm at before I ship some stuff out to heat treat. Yeah, I've been busting my balls here. I've been trying to work on a lot of knives. People are wanting, when I'm going to be finishing stuff. And yeah, I still have that batch of 8670 that I'm trying to bust out. And really what's been holding me back is just not having all the tools I need to finish the knives. But I've got some stuff on the way to get me the finish that I'm looking for with these blades here. So, it's good times. Well, yeah, this stuff just seems like it takes an extreme amount of time. I kind of equate knife making to like running in quicksand. You're trying to do as much as possible and save the most money while you're doing it, but you got to do big batches of it. And it just seems like each little thing you'll run into a little hiccup that can maybe take like an hour of your time. So it seems like the time is your biggest enemy when it comes to this knife making stuff. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, burning the candle. I got to get ready for work, so it's gonna be a long night. Take it easy.